welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I am Brooklyn and this is my writer talk account where I just discuss what I'm writing and what I'm reading. So in today's video we are going over my September Wrapped and my October TBR. I'm a little late. It is currently the 3rd today, but wanted to go ahead and put that video out there. So let's get into it. So for September, I put down 5, I think, books, and to me that was a stretch. And it did not work out how I thought it would be, but that is okay. I only read 1 book completely on that list. I'll put the list here. It was Vines and Legacy by Vladimir Byrne, I believe his name is. I rated that a 2.5. It was not my cup of tea. It was more of, it was advertised as like a romance, enemies to lovers type novella, but it wasn't what I was looking for. If you would like to read the full review, it is on my Instagram. But maybe it's if you're into winery and more of like a non-fiction type thing, like it focused on like facts on how to run a vineyard and how to make wine and like the legacy of her grandpa and all that. So if that's your vibe, then that may be the book for you, but it just wasn't for me. Off the top of my head, I can't recall what it is named, but I will put a picture here. It was a indie author poetry book. It was on sale on Kindle for free, so I quickly grabbed that. I did read that one, so that is 2 that I finished this month. It was not on my TBR, but since it was free, I went ahead and grabbed it. I rated that one 5 stars. I loved that poetry collection. I am a huge poetry fan. I started out writing poetry, so I always find my way back to that genre. So as for the other 3, let's see, other 4 books on my TBR, 4. We had P.S. I Still Love You by Jenny Han. We had Always and Forever, I can't remember my TBR, Always and Forever by Jenny Han, which is the 3rd book of To All the Boys I Loved Before series. Those 2. We had Off Script by Gabby Smut, and then we had Can't Be Us by Madeline. I'm still on page 2 for Can't Be Us. I'm going to start that one next. I didn't get a chance to buy Off Script by Gabby. I was hoping to get Kindle Unlimited by then, but it just didn't work out, so I'm hoping when I can get that, I can get that book. For the P.S. I Still Love You, I started out September 1st on page 40, and now I am on 73. I did make progress, but I just didn't finish it. So with that being said, of course, I did not finish the 3rd and final book as well. So with that being said, I am moving on to October's TBR, and I am going to choose 5 books again. I'm going to read them. I'm convinced. 5 books, and starting off with P.S. I Still Love You. I'm going to finish this. I haven't had time to pick up a physical book in a while. I've mainly just done like audiobooks or just e-readers. So this one is on my list. Can't Be Us is still on my list. I'm going to finish that one. And once I finish those 2, I am going to start with Ever Since New York by Colleen Coughlin. It is a friends to lovers trope book, and both of the characters are in the music industry. He's the guitarist, she's the singer. It is very fangirl coded with hints of Harry Styles and One Direction commentary in there. So if you are a big Harry Styles or One Direction fan, you will see some things in there that relate to that. But it is a debut novel by Colleen. It focuses on some disorders. You can read the summary on what they are. I am so excited to read this one. And of course, with spooky season coming, I am finally starting this book. I love the movie. I'm a big Stephen King's movie fanatic. I have yet to read any of his books. I have multiple on my shelf, but I feel like now is a perfect time. I've had this on my shelf since 2019 when my theater director at the time gave it to me. It's even got some of her handwriting in it that she annotated. So I'm excited to see like what she thought of the book and like her little notes about that. Stephen King, The Shining. And then the last book, also for spooky season, The Night Swim. I got this book, let's see, is it gonna tell me? Yeah, I got this book from Book of the Month, my book subscription that I've been doing. I've had to put it on pause, but I got it back in 2020. And from what I remember, I'm gonna reread the summary, but basically, ever since her true crime podcast became an overnight sensation and set an innocent man free, Rachel Creel has become a household name and the last hope for people seeking justice. But she's used to being recognized for her voice and not her face, which makes it all more unsettling when she finds a note on her car windshield addressed to her begging for help. So, yeah, I'm excited how this will spice up the spooky season of October. I love thrillers. My main genre that I go to is romance, but my second favorite is thriller mysteries, and I'm excited to read this one. So yes, some oldies, some new ones, some in-between books for this TBR for this month. I picked some thick ones. Pick some thick books, but I'm hoping to get through most of these, especially the ones that I'm moving over to my TBR from September. I'm hoping to just knock those out of the way and start new. And I'm also trying to catch up on my reading goal. So at the beginning of the year, my reading goal was 25 books. I am only on 8. So that is what I am trying to catch up on. If you've read any of these books from my September TBR or my October TBR, please let me know in the comments down below on what your thoughts is. Please, no spoilers, just give me like your basic star rating and what you loved or hated about the book. And yeah, stay tuned for more writing content, more reading content, and to see what I think about these books at the end of the month. Bye!